For thousands of years, there's been this ritual fire called Yajna, and it's been central to so many ancient traditions. But here's a thought. What if this spiritual practice was also a really sophisticated scientific process? What if it held a powerful secret for purification, just hidden in plain sight?
So, let's dive in and uncover the science behind this ancient ceremony together. And I gotta tell you, the explanation is genuinely surprising.
All right, Section 1, an ancient fire's secret. We're going to look beyond the spiritual side for a minute and really dig into the physics and chemistry that might be hidden within. To really get our heads around this, we need to start with something we've all probably felt. You know that intense burn you get from chili? Believe it or not, the science starts right there.
The culprit behind that heat is a molecule called capsaicin. It's the chemical compound in chili that creates that burning sensation. So for our story, let's just think of capsaicin as the villain we need to defeat.
Okay, on to our next piece of the puzzle, the ghee-fueled engine. So how do you fight a chemical irritant like that? Well, the answer starts with some serious, extreme heat. You see, in the Yajña fire, ghee is way more than just an offering. It's actually a catalyst. It's the secret ingredient that completely supercharges the flame, turning it into this high-temperature engine for purification. And the intensity we're talking about here is just staggering. We are talking about temperatures over 400 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to fundamentally change things on a molecular level.
So, part 3, science of the flame. You have this incredibly intense heat. What does it actually do? This is where the real molecular transformation happens.
It all happens in a simple 3-step process. First, the irritant, our villain capsaicin, gets added to the fire. Second, that super hot ghee-fueled flame acts as a catalyst and just attacks the compound. And the result? The capsaicin molecule gets totally destroyed, broken down into harmless little components. Threat neutralized.
But hang on, the story doesn't end there, not even close. Because that extreme heat, that's just one half of the equation. This ancient ritual had a whole other layer of scientific wisdom. Which brings us to Section 4, Herbal Purification Power. It wasn't just about destroying the bad stuff, but also about releasing the good stuff.
They used specific herbs like clove, ajwain, and camphor, and these were essential ingredients in the offering. And believe me, their selection was anything but random. It was highly intentional.
When these particular herbs are burned, they release natural antimicrobial compounds. Think of it as a kind of ancient fumigation. They were effectively cleansing the air, releasing these purifying agents into the immediate environment.
So, Section 5, Wisdom meets Science. Let's tie these two incredible principles together. So here's the dual approach. On one side, you've got this high-heat destruction, just breaking down harmful compounds. On the other, you have antimicrobial release, cleansing the very air you breathe. It's two distinct scientific processes working in perfect harmony. It just goes to show you, this wasn't just a ritual for the soul. It was a sophisticated scientific system. They actually understood how fire, ghee, and herbs could work together to cleanse the environment and in turn uplift the mind. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a simple fire ritual contains such elegant chemistry, what other secrets are just waiting to be rediscovered in ancient wisdom? What other keys to modern science are hiding out there in plain sight?